Right, good morning, guys. I know weird shit happened in the hotel last night now to do with sexual offences again, okay? And I know there's something in the water, okay? Pretty sure because it tastes funny to start with, okay? Anyway, do you know, because like, I always buy bottled water, like, and I have now in Aberystwyth as well. Right. Do you know, like, if a chemical is added to water, could it make it easier to condense on the outside of the bottle? Because I bought the bottles, there's loads of the same one, and 12 packs of this Nestle, loads of them in this convenience store. There was loads of them there, loads. It was just one, this obvious choice which one to buy in it. So I picked one up. It was like room temperature, okay, it wasn't cold. I walked about 150 meters with it quickly, it took me about 2 minutes. Not enough time for the bottles to freeze, okay. I get in, and literally within 15-20 minutes, okay, I noticed every bottle has loads of condensation on it on the outside, even the ones in the pack. Look, all the way through, condensation, even though they were at room temperature. Okay, I don't know, is there anything, I know, like, because in poisonings in the past, when they want to kill somebody, when it's to do with, like, the government falling, innit? Like what the Russian government did to that spy in the UK, innit? They killed him, didn't they? I can't remember his name, but they poisoned him, didn't they? And they kicked up a big fuss. But, like, to water, like, if they wanted to get somebody, put something in water, can they add the substance to water which would make it condense at a different temperature, at a higher temperature? Do you know what I mean? Instead of just, if you add salt to something, it freezes at a different temperature, innit? But why would it, because everything else in the room, even though I've run some hot water to a thing, nothing else is steamed. Like the mirror, look, nothing is steamed, nothing. The only thing that's heavily steamed is the water bottles, where there's water as well. Look, look at it. Nothing in the top, like to say it's hot, like to say, just there. Look at it, steamed up to anything. Really, really, weird, No, like, bubble, like you get in water when it's summertime, like, you get droplets and things like that, nothing like that, just really condensed on the outside, on the bottom, like, it's weird. I'm just thinking, like, and that's the only thing in here that's got any condensation on. And they were at room temperature when I bought them. They weren't in the cooler. They weren't in the fridge. Because I handled them. They were room temperature, hand temperature. Because I went back outside, it was cold. But the walk back only took 2 minutes. Not enough time for 12 bottles to freeze over. It'd have to be minus 40, 50, like, innit? They'd have to cool really quickly, wouldn't they? What would cause something to cool really quickly? Think about it, outside then. And then warm up really quickly inside, So, like, for that disparity, there must be something, is it something added to the water? Because the fact I phoned police early hours of the morning to say about the sexual assault, it didn't call out, nothing happened. But I'm just putting it on Instagram because some people who follow my story listen to what I've got to say. So it's something, is it a chemical you can add to the water? I'm not sure. I just don't know. To make it, volatile temperature-wise. I know salt is it, but something that would kill somebody, effectively. So I don't know. Just I'm putting it out there just to ask, because I'm not going to phone police about water bottles just in case, there's nothing, But the fact that, the like room temperature and they steamed up, on the outside really, really quickly when they weren't cold. They were room temperature because I was drinking them with food this morning. When I come back, and they weren't cold. They were room temperature, like they weren't freezing. They weren't they weren't cold even. They were just like room temperature type thing. So, and I bought them from the shop. Like, yeah, I had to carry them a bit, but not enough for that to happen. Pretty sure, like, Do you know what I mean? They haven't been in the fridge. Nothing. There's no fridge here. So, just put out there. Somebody out there will know about any chemicals you can add to water, which is harmful to somebody, which also affects cooling and heating of it. Anyway, thank you. Bye.